Accidents are inevitable. A sliced finger in the kitchen, a scraped knee on the driveway, or a burned hand on the stove. Usually, we reach for the bright plastic tubes and synthetic single-purpose creams spilling out of our medicine cabinets. This traditional apothecary setup, with its organized wall of glass bottles and preparation tools, represents a different standard. For centuries, earth-based healing was the primary response to acute injuries. An herbal first aid kit is a sophisticated, portable apothecary. Rather than simply suppressing a symptom, these botanical remedies are designed to work with the body's innate healing responses, supporting the inflammatory cascade as it repairs physical trauma. Long before modern pharmacology isolated active chemical compounds in a lab, ancestral traditions and global herbalism relies on the holistic properties of whole plants. Here, African-American herbalists are sorting harvested medicinal plants, practicing the hands-on craft that sustained communities for generations. Building a botanical kit for your own home doesn't require foraging for hundreds of rare species. It relies on a functional understanding of a few powerful herbs and knowing which specific solvents, like water, oil, or alcohol, will best extract their properties. Transitioning to botanical first aid is about learning to recognize the specific mechanical properties of the plants around us. The first functional medical category to build into your home apothecary is acute wound care. When dealing with sudden cuts and bleeding, you need immediate, localized support. This diagram shows the mechanism of yarrow, a plant historically known as nature's bandage. When you apply dried yarrow powder directly to a cut, the particles stimulate blood cells to aggregate and seal the wound, promoting hemostasis, or blood clotting. For puncture wounds or insect stings, we turn to the plantain leaf. This common weed has been a staple in African American and indigenous herbal traditions, utilized specifically for its ability to pull out impurities. The preparation is immediate. You simply crush fresh plantain leaves into a raw poultice, a moist mass of plant material, and pack it directly onto the skin to draw out stingers and neutralize venomous bug bites. Utilizing these raw botanical powders and poultices delivers physical support to a wound that a standard adhesive bandage cannot provide. Our second category addresses soothing skin irritations and minor burns. These injuries require specific solvent extractions to deliver relief across the surface of the skin. To create a vulnerary or wound healing preparation for scrapes and rashes, you infuse calendula flowers into a carrier oil. By swirling together this golden oil with melted beeswax, you lock the infusion into a stable salve. But you would never apply that heavy, oil-based calendula preparation to a thermal sunburn or a fresh kitchen burn. For those, you need the water-rich properties of an aloe vera gel. In this diagram, the principle is clear. On the left, a breathable, water-based gel allows thermal heat to escape. On the right, a heavy layer of oil acts as a barrier, trapping heat and forcing it down to worsen tissue damage. Matching the specific physical preparation, knowing when to use an oil versus a water base, is what ensures professional, effective results. We move next to deeper physical traumas, like blunt force impacts, severe bruising, and muscle sprains. Arnica is the primary tool here. It is used topically to resolve deep tissue bruising, though it carries a strict rule. It must never be used on broken skin or open wounds. For intense muscle tension and cramping, peppermint acts as a botanical antispasmodic. But to work effectively, it requires a rapid absorption extraction method, so the active constituents can reach the spasming muscle tissue quickly. By extracting peppermint in a solvent, like alcohol or witch hazel, you create a liniment. This liquid preparation rapidly bypasses the outer skin barrier, delivering relief directly to the underlying muscle. Treating deep trauma requires an understanding of how different solvents work. Fast evaporating solvents like alcohol penetrate the body much faster than slow absorbing topical oils. The final functional category covers sudden internal ailments, such as digestive distress, feelings of nausea, or the onset of a cold. Ginger is deployed internally as a targeted antispasmodic for that digestive tract. A simple tea or capsule works quickly to relieve nausea and soothe sudden stomach aches. When facing the onset of a viral infection, echinacea acts as an immunostimulant. It supports the body's natural white blood cell defense mechanisms, fighting off pathogens as they appear. A comprehensive first aid kit reaches beyond external physical trauma, providing tools to support the body during internal distress and the very first signs of illness. Once your preparations are made, you have to transition to the logistical management of the apothecary. A kit is only useful if the active botanical constituents inside it remain stable. This hierarchy illustrates how varying solvents dictate shelf life. Water-based preparations like teas only last a matter of days. Oils and salves will survive 1 to 3 years. Meanwhile, alcohol tinctures or preparations locked in honey can last almost indefinitely. To reach those maximum timelines, you must maintain strict storage protocols. Preparations require cool, dark environments in airtight, properly labeled containers to prevent ultraviolet light from degrading the active plant compounds. Finally, we reach the absolute golden rule of home herbalism. These botanical tools are designed to treat mild, self-limiting issues. As seen on the instruction label inside the lid of this vintage tabloid first aid kit, rigorous protocols and clinical instructions are historically essential. You must recognize your clinical boundaries, knowing when to transition a patient from home care to professional emergency services. Building and maintaining a botanical first aid kit revives ancestral wisdom and empowers you to take natural control over your family's health and healing.